Good morning, how are y'all doing?
Good morning.
Well, my name is Scott Griggs, and I'm running to be the next mayor of the city of Dallas. I'm a lifelong Dallasite who's had the privilege and honor of serving on the Dallas City Council for the last 8 years. And that's given me an opportunity to work with so many of you on so many different issues. And what I've realized is together, there's not a problem we can't solve, an opportunity we can't seize, or a challenge that we can't meet. I have more faith than ever in you, the people of the city of Dallas. And that's why I'm running to be mayor. I also recognize that we need a change. It's time for a new kind of mayor. For so long, mayors in the city of Dallas have been solely focused on Dallas, the postcard, the fancy bridges, the convention center hotel, the golf course that probably no one here has played at, the horse park. It's time for a new kind of mayor. We need to focus on Dallas, a city that works for its people. Dallas, a city that we all live in. And our shared values can get us there. We believe in transparency and accountability in government, strong, safe neighborhoods, and focusing on what matters. High wages at the city of Dallas, fixing our streets, taking care of parks and rec centers. When we put our neighborhoods first, we can take care of issues like Shingle Mountain. When we put our neighborhoods first, we can make sure everyone has the type of neighborhood that they deserve. For far too long, we've worked on these big projects. Let's get back to the neighborhoods and focus on the neighborhoods. My name is Scott Griggs. Thank you.
All right, and also state representative.
We need more police officers and firefighters, and we need to raise the pay. That's one of the big responsibilities of the mayor and the council under the charter, is setting the pay for employees and how much we're going to budget. Right now, we're down to 2,900 officers following the pension crisis. What does that mean? That means maybe the most important call you ever make in your life, a call to 911, a lights and sirens call. 50% of the time, there's not a police officer available to answer the call timely. On a priority 2 call, an urgent call, 2/3 of the time, there's not an officer available to timely answer the call. We have to attract and retain more officers by raising the pay and offering better benefits. That's also going to help with community policing. We have really cut back on the number of neighborhood patrol officers we have because we do not have enough police officers. This is also impacting the ambulance side. We don't have enough ambulance and paramedics right now because the pay is too low to timely respond to 911 calls for the dispatch of an ambulance. It's about 50% of the time we're timely making it there. That needs to change too. We need to make pay a priority and attract and retain more. Thank you. Opportunity zones are a great tool that's coming available under the tax code. Particularly, it favors real estate developers who develop in an area. Inevitably, these real estate developers are going to come to the city of Dallas and ask for additional funds. They're going to ask for additional zoning in these areas. What we need to make sure is that the community gets a benefit. That's how, as the city of Dallas, we are going to be able to leverage these situations. Developers are not just going to want to be in the opportunity zone. They're going to want zoning, and they're going to want other money from the city of Dallas. So when that happens, we got to make sure that the neighborhoods are protected. We have to make sure people are not going to be displaced. We've got to make sure in the surrounding neighborhoods that have probably been neglected for a long time get the amenities they deserve, from parks, fixing up the streets, the street lights. We need to make sure that the environment is remediated in these areas. Those types of things we can make happen because we are going to have leverage as the city of Dallas when these companies come to us and ask to develop in these opportunity zones. And we will put the neighborhoods first and make sure the neighborhoods get everything first, and then the developers that come into them get their needs taken care of second. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you for the question. I'm going to continue what I've been doing. First off, having a lot of women in my administration in top positions like the park board, which I've done for years. What else we need to do? We need policies that help women and families. I have the proposals. That's why I've been endorsed by the AFL-CIO, that stands for Working Families. First, we need to increase all wages at the city hall. Up to $15 should be the lowest paid wage, so people have more money to take home. And then what will really help women and moms is earn paid sick leave throughout the city of Dallas. We put so many women and moms in a terrible position. Their child is sick. Do they stay home with the child and care for the child, or do they go to work because they got to make the money to pay the rent? That is not right, and that is keeping our families in poverty. It's putting women and other family members in an impossible situation. It is time that we address this city with dignity and everyone that way. Earn paid sick leave, and the time for it is now. If you work a job, you have the right to accrue sick time to use when your family members are sick or you're sick. That is how we're going to move this city forward and take care of working families and women. Thank you.
Your position
We
on
want to
sanctuary
be
cities.
a very welcoming city. I am so proud that on the council, I was part of the coalition that started the Office of Welcoming Cities in Immigrant Affairs. It is so important in this city that we welcome everyone and we incorporate them into the city of Dallas. That is how we are going to be a great place. Telling people no, pushing them to the sides, keeping them in the shadows is not how we are going to be a great city. We need to love and work with everyone. And part of
Yeah, that was just one. Are we that sanctuary city? Are we
the
that?
sanctuary city?
Yes.
I always consider that Republican language for this.
No, but I'm just asking you the question. Is it considered to be a sanctuary city?
What's the definition of a
No,
sanctuary?
you tell me.
Oh, the definition for me?
Yes.
Everyone is welcome.
For you,
A
but no, sanctuary city, so that means we're citizens, we're
Where we are welcome.
Well, you know, in Los Angeles, where sometimes the federal government wants you to turn over people to the federal government for deportation of ICE and all that kind of thing, city officials don't do that.
We
I'm
don't do
asking
that.
you the question,
We
is
do not do
Dallas
that.
a sanctuary city?
We do not turn people over.
So if Dallas is a sanctuary city.
If that's what it is, then yes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for the question. What I do when that comes up is I call it out and I vote against it. We recently had a case. It was over in University Hills. A wealthy developer from North Dallas wanted to come down, and they got something called a TIF, they got something called MMD, all this money for infrastructure. And we said, what about all the property owners around it? They're all local property owners. They live in southern Dallas. They lived here for years. Where's their infrastructure? They didn't get any. You know what the vote was on council? 14-1. That was a lone vote that was wrong. And what was going on in Mr. Petrie was absolutely wrong.
That's true.
And that happens time and time again at the council. People will not stand up. A wealthy developer comes up and says, we are only going to put the infrastructure on the wealthy developer's land. 1 inch into this man's property. Do you know what the answer is? No. 1 inch into your property in your neighborhood? No. 1 inch into your property? No. That is not right, and that needs to change. And it's not going to change until we have a mayor that says this is wrong and these items shouldn't even get on the agenda. It needs to be about every one of you because you've been waiting more than forever. It's about time for it.
Thank you, Councilman. Very.
Thank you. I have a 4-part plan to improve the lives of people experiencing homelessness. Number 1, we need to continue the audits of MDHA and the bridge. We recently audited them, and we found out that they were not turning in the data to the federal government in the proper way, and we missed out on millions of dollars as a city of Dallas on money that could be used for homelessness. Also, we've got to look for new opportunities out there. Everyone know about the Salvation Army that's being proposed, their new facility off of I-35 in Royal. That is a great facility, $95 million facility. One issue we have with homelessness is we just don't have enough facilities. Too many people are at the bridge. So the Salvation Army facility can help a lot. Also, we need to continue the Citizen Homeless Commission. All of you and people just like you need to have a voice in finding the solutions to address homelessness. I support continuing that commission. Lastly, source of income discrimination is wrong in the city of Dallas. We have landlords that say, you can't live here because you have a housing voucher. That is not right, and we need to end that. And if we tackle that last point, we will have the housing necessary to move homeless individuals into housing, because housing ends homelessness. Thank you. Thank you for the question. We are going to make development happen in Southern Dallas and give Southern Dallas what it deserves by addressing first the transportation. We know DART is not working for people in Southern Dallas. And the city of Dallas controls the DART board. We let DART build the longest light rail system in America. They'll take you all the way up to Oklahoma, but won't get you to Love Field. It's time that DART focus on bus service. So many people in Southern Dallas depend on buses to get to work, to get to the grocery store, to get to the pharmacy. It's time to stop the 4-hour waits. On economic development, I talked about everything going at the inland port. You can see projects going in West Dallas and other parts of Oak Cliff off Jefferson. It's time when these companies come in and ask for our subsidies. They take our taxpayer abatement, your money, my money, that they hire locally. 50% of their employees need to live in the city of Dallas if they want our taxpayer money. And that's going to create more jobs in Southern Dallas. And you know what else? They're taking our taxpayer money, so they need to pay at least $15 per hour. Too often these companies come in here at the inland port in West Dallas, and they don't want to hire people from the city of Dallas, and they want to pay $10 per hour. It's time to put an end for that and put our people of Southern Dallas first. Thank you.
All right, let's give all these candidates a little big hand because they're almost at the end. They're almost at the end.
As I said, my name is Scott Griggs. I'm running to be mayor of the city of Dallas. I'm a lifelong Dallasite that loves this city. I live in Southern Dallas. And I'll tell you, on day one, I'm ready to tackle the transportation issues. On day one, I'm ready to tackle the economic development issues. On day one, I'm ready to tackle the zoning issues that we need. And on day one, I'll take care of the housing crisis we have here too. And I'll make a few remarks on ethics and transparency at City Hall. There's too much corruption. Absolutely. Part of my plan is, we've seen 3 council members go to jail over low-income housing tax credit projects. The developers need to stop talking to the council members, and the council members need to stop talking to low-income housing tax developers when they have a project. So I put a period where they cannot talk till the item gets to the council. Also, we need to follow the money more. We need to have an electronic searchable database where anyone can pull up who gave money to who, and then what is that person's interest in a case at City Hall. We also need to know who's lobbying who. We need a database about who's lobbying who that's electronically accessible. If we do those things, we can begin to turn things around. And the other thing, we need to stand up to corruption that's going on now, like at Visit Dallas, a group that's getting $30 million of our taxpayer dollars. Highest paid person, $700,000. They got no metrics about what they're doing. He's using $80,000 to travel around the world each year, going from London to Paris, to Sydney, to South America, on our dollar. We need to stand up to that corruption that we see right here. That's why I'm against Visit Dallas, and we need to take that money and get it back with the citizens and people of the city of Dallas and put it to work for you. If we do those things, tackle economic development, tackle transportation, tackle housing, take care of ethics, and stand up to the corruption we see right now, we will turn this city around. And I am ready to do that for you on day one. And on day one, we can have a new kind of mayor. Please visit GratesForDallas.com and learn more. Thank you so much for having me out.
All right, City Council Member Scott Grace. Let's go.